How's it going, superstars and divas? It is your favorite diva, K Sparks here, and I have your Monday Night Raw results. The final Monday Night Raw before TLC. It is also December 7th, which means it is my baby, my favorite superstar, Dean Ambrose's birthday. Happy birthday to Dean Ambrose. He's turning the big 3-0, but it doesn't matter how old Dean Ambrose gets. Pretty much to me, he's always going to look really, really hot. So, moving on to Monday Night Raw, it is kicked off by Sheamus and his superstar bodyguards, as I like to call them, the League of Nations. They run their mouths about being dominant and this being the international era and yada yada yada. And they are cut off by the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, they come to the ring in the dark, mind you, as they generally always do. Bray Wyatt lets it be known that this is his world and League of Nations is just allowed to breathe in it. So it definitely starts getting tense there. And I was really looking forward to these two teams going at it. But they are cut off by the Dudley Boys and Tommy Dreamer. Bray Wyatt and the Dudleys, they exchange words. Bray Wyatt's letting them be known like, hey, there's only 3 of you. There's 4 of us. Just stop, okay? Just let it go. But the Dudleys and Tommy Dreamer, they have a surprise for us. Turns out there's a 4th member, Rhino from NXT, who is also an ECW original. So that was a surprise there. And Team ECW, as I like to call them, they come down to the ring, but don't start the party yet because we have Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos, the family, coming down to the ring, which leads up to a 16-man elimination match. Tommy Dreamer eliminates Eric Rowan, and Sheamus, he broke kicks Bubba Ray to eliminate Team ECW. Sheamus, he mocked Roman Reigns with a Superman punch, and then he went for the bro kick, but he is caught by a spear. Roman got the 1, he got the 2, he got the 3. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos win the match, and they gain the momentum heading into TLC. So, this was a very, very good match. It's like 15-20 minutes, and plus, I was very happy with it because it was my guy's birthday win, so I was super happy about that. After the match, we had some backstage segments. We saw some segments between Neville and The Miz. The Miz still trying to get Neville on his team, but it's not working. And he also tries to bring in the man from the show, Donnie. And Donnie, he's more interested in Neville than he is Miz. Donnie gives Neville his card, and then Miz tries to give him his card, but Neville just throws Miz's card out of the way, which is smart thinking, because I do not want Neville becoming another Alex Riley. We all know how that ended. Ugh. Okay. The second match we have, it is Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. Dolph Ziggler, he definitely didn't give up in this match, no matter what Kevin Owens did to him. We also had Tyler Breeze and Summer Rae in the VIP section, but they did not interfere. They were just watching the match, along with Dean Ambrose, who was in the back eating popcorn and drinking a soda, as Dean always does, scouting his competition for the Intercontinental Championship this Sunday. And at the end of the match, Kevin, he connected with that pop-up powerbomb. He got the 1, he got the 2, he got the 3. Kevin Owens wins the match, but his music doesn't hit. It is Dean Ambrose's music that hits, and out comes Dean Ambrose with the soda and the popcorn that he had in the back. And Kevin, he's upset because his music didn't hit like it should because he won the match. And when Dean comes in the match, he actually offers Kevin some popcorn, but Kevin just refuses. And Dean Ambrose, being Dean Ambrose, he throws the popcorn in Kevin Owens' face, followed by the soda, and rolls out of the ring and walks up the ramp slowly. Kevin Owens, he's frustrated, he is not happy, but he does not retaliate. So this is going to be a very, very good rivalry. I cannot wait till Sunday to see these two go at it. Next, we have a Divas match. Sasha Banks and Naomi from Team Bad versus Alicia Fox and Brie Bella from Team Bella. Nikki Bella still out on an injury. At the end of this match, Brie Bella, she's busy dealing with Sasha Banks while the Ref is dealing with Tamina. And then Brie, she runs into Naomi's finisher, the rear view. Naomi gets the 1, she gets the 2, she gets the 3. Team Bad wins it. And while they are celebrating, out comes their social media buddies, the New Day. New Day comes down to the ring. They start joking around, and they actually give Team Bad unicorn horns. So I guess that's the new merchandise that the New Day has. And they start dancing and so in the ring. And New Day actually comes down to the ring because they have a match versus the Lucha Dragons with the Usos on commentary. It was a great match. But Xavier, he got a little too close with that trombone to the Usos. They did not like it whatsoever. They grabbed the trombone and they beat Xavier down, as they like to call it, beat him like he stole something, and that they did. And that distracted Kofi Kingston, that allowed Sin Cara to roll him up to get the 1, to get the 2, to get the 3. The Lucha Dragons win it. And that also gives them some momentum because they have a ladder match for the tag team championships with the Usos and the New Day. So that's going to be a very, very extreme match. I really actually hope they do that with the Intercontinental Championship, because I don't want that kind of match. That's a great match to have between two brawlers, and that needs some no rules. Throw the rule book out the window. But next we have Miz TV. Miz, he brings out Charlotte and Ric Flair. He says Paige is not here, was not here tonight, and he starts talking to them and tried to understand why Charlotte is doing what she's doing, but she would not give them the answers that he needed. So he tried to bring up what Paige was saying about Ric Flair. That actually made Charlotte a little angry, and she started going off on Paige, and she said, if Paige was here tonight, well, I say it to her face. And Miz has a surprise. Out comes Paige. Paige starts going off on Charlotte, and Ric Flair, he tells Charlotte to get out of the ring. It's not worth it. Don't let her get in your head. Charlotte does get out of the ring while Paige is still in the ring. Paige taps Ric Flair on the shoulder, and she gives a huge smack to the two-time Hall of Famer. That caused Ric Flair to call on Charlotte to get Paige. They have a little fight, but Paige gets out of the ring, and that gives Paige the momentum in the end. Got in the head of Charlotte after all. Next, we have a Ryback and Rusev rematch from last week. It was a great match, but I didn't like the way it ended because it ended in a double countout after Lana faked that Ryback injured her when he really didn't, and Rusev applied that his submission move, the Accolade, outside of the ring, and that what caused them to have a double count out. Next we came back to the show during a match between Stardust and Jack Swagger. I don't know why they did that, but we also had Titus O'Neil on commentary, and out comes Alberto Del Rio during the match. It was pretty much rushed to me. But in the end, Jack Swagger, he applied the Patriot Lock, and Stardust taps out. And at the end of the match, Alberto Del Rio, he attacks Jack Swagger with the chair, attacks Stardust with the chair. He goes back to attack Jack Swagger, but Jack Swagger, he grabs a chair of his own, because they have a chairs match this Sunday at TLC. And it gets interesting because they slam their chairs into each other, but Alberto, he lets his chair go. And, that he trips over Zeb's scooter and he runs off. And so that kind of gives Jack Swagger more momentum. He tries to talk to Zeb to talk some sense into him, but Zeb just rolls off backstage. And, like I said, that gives Jack Swagger the momentum heading into TLC. Before the next match, we see a backstage segment with Zeb and Alberto, and Alberto just says, you know what, I don't need you, I'm done. You should just stay out of my way, because he blames him for people laughing at him for tripping over Zeb's scooter, and he just tells Zeb to leave, or, he actually threatened him, hit him with a chair, And Zeb does leave, and Alberto's throwing a fit. So maybe that, unified alliance that they had is crumbling, or it could be a setup. Who knows? We're just going to have to wait and see. Next, we have a pretty vast match. It is Tommy Dreamer versus Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, he completely dominates this match, and he takes Tommy Dreamer out with his sleeper hold submission. And he just basically chokes out Tommy Dreamer. That allows the Wyatt family to get some small momentum after losing earlier. And finally, we have earlier in the evening, we had Sheamus. He vowed to teach Roman a lesson for Roman pinning Sheamus. And we have Roman and Sheamus, their segment. Roman calls out Sheamus. Sheamus, he didn't want to go into the ring with the chair and the table and the ladder. Roman takes all that stuff out. And there's actually a point where Roman just says, like, I thought Irishmen were potatoes, but actually you're tater tots. And that would start everybody to chant it. That really got on Sheamus's nerve, but, it was funny to me. And it actually got to Sheamus to the point where he actually does go in the ring, and they brawl all over the arena. And it was crazy good. And it ends with Roman, he goes for a spear, but Sheamus dodges it, and Roman goes over the table. Sheamus thinks he's got it all, he's won. But Roman Reigns jumps over the table and spears Sheamus through the table that's leaning against the apron. And that gives Roman the true momentum heading into TLC. And Raw ends. SmackDown is in a few days. Raw ends with Roman standing tall above Sheamus. He's a little injured from the brawl, but he's ready for this fight. So, it was a great Raw. It was very intense. It kept me on the edge of my seat, like it generally does, but I loved every minute of it. I loved that I was able to see my guy fight. We were able to see some Divas matches, and it was pretty good. I give it a 10 out of 10. I loved it. Heading into TLC, it was intense. It set up a lot of things. Like I said before, I want there to be a no disqualification match for the Intercontinental Championship. We're dealing with two brawlers here, people. Why would you have two brawlers and have a rule book match? No. Give them a tables match or a ladder match along with the other championship matches. Whoever gets the title earns it. I prefer a ladder match because everything goes, and whoever grabs that title earns it. So that's my opinion. I hope that they will go with it, because Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, they have an Intercontinental Championship contract signing on SmackDown. I know that's going to end in a brawl, and I cannot wait for it to happen. Like I said, I hope that they turn this into a no DQ match. This is me hoping it, and I know a lot of you were wanting to see it too, because when there's no rules in a matchup, anything goes. So, let me know what you think. Do you think the Intercontinental Championship should stay a by the rule book type of match, or throw the rule book out the window and let these guys fight? Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, I'm Kay Sparks. See you guys.